talking about the Titans here. The Titans.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's going, and it is gone. It is bedlam at the bank.
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies postgame show with KJ McCoy, Jesse Sharon, Dalt, and Fratty. Proudly powered by TickPick. Check out the link in the bio for $10 off your first order today. Let's take it to the show.
What in the world was that? Ugly all around is the title of tonight's stream. And that was ugly indeed. Specifically that sixth inning. I thought the Phillies had hope. They were tied up 1 point. And then Don Mattingly takes out Aaron Nola to go to Tim Meza. And then all hell breaks loose. 5 runs. The Tigers bring it across in the 6th inning. Then they bring in 3 in the 7th. And the Phillies lose 10-2 to the Detroit Tigers. To go through it all with me tonight, I got 2 guests. I got Steve to my right and then Friday to my far right. How we doing, guys?
Can't complain, to be honest. Okay. I'm making it just simple. Okay. If you were all listening to the game, okay, in about the 5th or 4th inning, they said it looked like they were waving up the white flag. Okay. Pretend this is the white flag. You cannot wave the white flag because it's like you just want to give up already. Like, don't wave the white flag. Okay. Technically, they're not really wasn't waving the white flag, but I'm just want to make a point. Don't wave the white flag and don't say, "Oh wait, I'm just going to wave it because we're just going to give up." Don't give up, please don't.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what we did. Friday.
I'll tell you what. This is the 3rd time that the Phillies have given up at least 10 runs in a game in a road trip versus the 3rd different team, believe it or not. 15 versus the Royals. The Royals scored 15. 11 versus the Reds in a game, and now 10. Our bullpen, it's not a good look. It is a very bad look. And I'll tell you what, we're 3-4 on this road trip. This road trip versus teams that are under 500 currently. Under 500, we're playing very up and down baseball versus these teams. It's a horrible look. And I'll tell you what. You look at this team. You look at this team right now. Now let me see something here. I just want to see. I'm curious. Did the Marlins lose tonight? Did they win tonight or lose tonight? The Marlins.
Marlins. They give me 2 seconds. They lost. They lost 3-2 to the Guardians.
So, luckily, we stay tied with the last wild card spot right now. But still, even catching that fortunate break, the Phillies have to start getting it consistently together. This up and down stuff, and if one of the teams behind us get hot, we're in trouble. This Phillies team has to get themselves together, and I just hope that all this hype around this All-Star game doesn't affect them going forward. That's my only main concern, guys. That's my only big concern with this team.
Friday, I'll ask you this, and then Steve, I'll go to you next. Do you think, now with Schwarber starting as DH, with Schwarber being in the home run derby, with Harper being in the home run derby, with Sanchez probably starting this game for the National League, with Duran maybe coming in if they win, if the National League wins, do you think that this could hurt them? Friday, we'll start with you, and then Steve will hit you next.
I believe it possibly could because usually when I say things, 90% I'm percent chance I'm right. My thing is here's my thing. It's like, and I don't mean to compare it to this, but it's like when Embiid played in the Olympics, for example. Embiid played in the Olympics, and he was hurt most of the year. He couldn't even stay healthy. This is what I hope this is. This is what I hope that this doesn't happen to the guys like Schwarber, Sanchez, or Harper after the All-Star break. That they don't. And I know basketball and baseball are two different sports, but I just hope that this doesn't affect them on their overall health and their overall body, and hopefully it doesn't make them make them uncomfortable, because they're saying Schwarber is going to DH. He's going to be in the home run derby. He's going to be back-to-back days. And I said this it's funny. I said this yesterday. This really isn't This really isn't an all-star break for the Phillies this year. With us hosting and everybody going to be in the festivities, the Phillies players are going to be hyped from it. All the hype around it with the some of the old timers coming back. It really isn't really an all-star break for the Phillies, if you think about it. And I said this yesterday, Jesse Sharon. And we really don't feel like we have a lot of off time at all. And this is troublesome for this team. This is absolutely troublesome, man. I'm not discrediting. I love that roast in the All-Star game. I love this and that. But there's an effect, and there's a thing called the All-Star curse. No team has won a World Series championship in almost a half century. 1977 was the last time a team won a World Series the same year hosting the All-Star game. It's a true fact. I looked it up on Google. If you look it up on Google now, Steve, it's a true fact that it's been 49 years since a team has won a championship in baseball. So you ain't telling me that the Phillies can break the curse, can you? Or can they not?
I believe they can.
They can.
I believe they can, but we just gotta. But the old first one I'm going to say, I see it when I believe it. Okay,
But
it's the way the cookie crumbles on this. It really does. Okay. Yes, the also games at Citizens Bank Park this year. We have 6 players in the All-Star game this year, which is really awesome. Which really is. I really think that Zach Riedel should have been an All-Star, to be honest. I really think he should, because I really disagree with MLB on this. I really do. Here's the reason why. Okay, well, Zach Riedel's starting on Sunday, so he can't come in. He can't be an All-Star. Well, that makes no sense. Okay, disregard that sticking rule for once, please, and allow Zach Riedel to be an All-Star, because he deserves it. He really does. Okay. And if you look, yes, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, well, he was pissed that he got snubbed. And he threw it like a gem 2 days ago. Or it was yesterday, one of these. And that was good. But the whole point is, if Zach Riedel should have been an All-Star, then put him on the All-Star list. But this is the way MLB is going to do it now. Well, he's not, and Luzardo is the replacement for him. Makes no sense, to be honest.
Another thing that is grinding my gears tonight is this Phillies bullpen. It is awful. And you didn't even have, the necessarily the prime suspects. But I'll tell you this: the guy with the lowest ERA amongst all relievers tonight was not a pitcher at all. It was none other than the bum himself in Garrett Stubbs. I can't believe this team gave Garrett Stubbs any sort of ammo to look good, because I am the world's #1 Garrett Stubbs hater. My family knows this. A lot of people that watch this show know this. But Garrett Stubbs has a 5.40 ERA. Lazar has a 7 ERA. Meza, who, I take that back. Meza was actually having a good year, and then he comes in and he lets up 4 earned runs. So that, I'm sure his ERA right now is 3.59. I'm sure that's going to be bumped up. And Noah has a 5.75 ERA on the year. Noah has a higher ERA than a catcher. Put that into perspective. That is ridiculous. And I don't know what you do, because Andrew Painter, the guy that everybody thought was going to be the second coming of Nolan Ryan, he had 4 walks tonight, and his ERA in AAA is up to like 6. I don't know what you do. Steve, how about you go?
I really don't know, because I'm at a loss of words for pain right now. I'm just really am. Okay, because remember the start of the season. Okay, well, everybody is on a high plane with Panel and saying that he will be a perfect pitcher for the Phillies. He wasn't. He just wasn't. And they sent him down, and I'm glad they did. But another thing is, why Mesa? Why? Okay. Because you know that he sucks, and you could have used anybody else.
Yep.
Besides him. Just saying.
Yeah. Ready?
Tell you what. Let me start off by saying this. I don't know. I'm speechless. I don't even know what this where this bullpen needs to turn to. But first thing, when I was watching some of this game tonight, I feel like some of these the guys, some of these bullpen guys, they don't care. They absolutely don't care. And all, and it's not like, and it's not like they think it's a joke, but I feel like they just don't care anymore. Some of them. First of all, Max Lazar can't be fully trusted. He's up and down. Tim Meza, he always pitches good, but let me get to my biggest rant of the night so far. There is a big problem. There's a big problem with this bullpen. It's so bad. Phillies bullpen's so bad that the Bugs Bunny could pitch in the bullpen and do a better job. I mean, I can't believe we have to sit down here and have this conversation again like it's pre-2022 about the Phillies bullpen. Because I'll tell you what, the Phillies bullpen is going to tear joy from guys like my buddy Dalton, guys like KJ McCoy and Jesse Sharon and Steve Rolfe. I mean, it is brutal. It is bad. I mean, where is there to turn? Where is there even to turn? I mean, they're making a fool out of fans base. You're one of the highest payrolls in baseball, and you mean to tell me you put no names out there like Seth Johnson, another no name out there, and Chase Sugar, who a lot of people haven't even heard of before. I'm just not talking about tonight. I'm not talking about tonight because he wasn't out there. I'm just talking about in general with the whole bullpen. Max Lazar, who people have heard of, but he's sort of a no-name to me too anymore. Then you got Garrett Stubbs out there pitching. Well, he's sort of a big name for the Phillies, but he's just a prime. He's just like a rally killer. He's just like the dancing my own stuff. I mean, come on now. And then you got Tim Naza, who's not really a no name. The only guys I can rely on, really fully in this bullpen, that I can trust down the stretch, maybe Tim Naza very little, Kirkering, and John Duran. Other than that, our bullpen is weak, and I don't even know if I even fully trust Brad Keller. I don't even know. He's kind of mid. He's just coming off an injury. He pitched good I think his first first outing back, but honestly, I'm not liking where this is heading, guys, with this bullpen. And honestly, like JT Realmuto says, we got to do whatever it takes. We got to do whatever it takes, like to get relievers. We might need 3 relievers at the deadline. It's that bad. We might need to get 3 relievers. We might have to sign a reliever who gets dropped, who's at least a little bit better than what we have. We need to possibly sign somebody. But if Phillies, whatever you do, if that somebody is Craig Kimbrell, do not sign him, because he will make us in key moments. He'll make Phillies fans like KJ McCoy hit Cancun early. I do not want Craig Kimbrell on my baseball team. Forget about that man. If he becomes a setup man, we have a 2-run lead blows it. I'll lose my mind. So don't pick up Craig Kimbrell if he comes available, because you'll absolutely hit Cancun. And first, another thing I'll say about the Phillies bullpen, and I'm going to call it the GM too. I know he did a good job with the I thought he did a good job with the bullpen. However, another thing you need to do a good job with is getting a 5th starter. And with it being Christmas in July, all I want for Christmas in July at the deadline is an actual 5th starter. I'm tired of this bullpen game crap. It's getting old. You're wasting your bullpen. You're taxing your bullpen. I mean, this is getting old. I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. I mean, they're making a joke out of us fans anymore. I mean, and I get I'd rather us barely sneak in the playoffs, but the fact that you have the Marlins, the Miami Marlins, the Exponentials team somehow still keeping pace with us in the standings is laughable, because you're coming to the point now that if you don't fix this bullpen, you don't get a 5th starter. If you stay that content at the deadline saying we're trusting in your guys, you'll go absolutely nowhere in life. And that's the Philadelphia Phillies franchise in a nutshell, because all they want to talk about, and I love Jimmy Rollins to death, Ryan Howard, Chase Utley, but are we going to still sit here and talk about the last time we won the World Series is 2008, another 10 years from now? I mean, another 5 years from now, because it's getting pretty old after a while. And the Phillies have to fix it, and quick, because it could turn out to be a disaster if they don't. And I know there's a lot of other good things happening in Philly right now, but the Phillies are the biggest disaster. The Phillies bullpen and the Phillies 5th starting spot is the biggest disaster awaiting to happen in Philadelphia sports right now. And I can't believe I'm saying this. I shouldn't be having this conversation. It's ridiculous. About having to talk. I thought we had a bullpen. We have no bullpen all of a sudden, besides like 2 guys.
I know. It's ridiculous.
It's horrendous. This might be my biggest rant of all time on 302 Birds podcast ever. Because and it's a shame not more people are watching this, but hopefully once I share that link later, more people will be able to see what I'm talking about. It's just a joke. I just can't stand this. But at least on the positive end, Friday can at least enjoy seeing Dalton and KJ after a while, because that might be more of a joy of a time than watching this Phillies bullpen. It just breaks my heart.
Well, speaking of something that was not a joy, well, we talked about the pen, but I want to talk about that decision that Don Mattingly made, going to Tim Mesa pretty early in the game. We know that Arenado has his problems going later in games. It seems to fall off a cliff. Although last start he actually was pretty decent, but Arenado seems to have a problem going into that fifth, sixth, seventh inning type deal. But again, I feel like your hands are tied with this bullpen. It's so bad. The Phillies don't have a bridge to Johan Duran, and it's a shame because Johan Duran is having an awesome season, one of the best seasons of a closer in Phillies history. And you don't have that bridge. You don't have that bridge. Orion Kirkering is fine. Brad Keller was fine his first outing back, but remember how he did when he was pitching early on in the season? He was awful. You look at Seth Johnson, he's mid to awful. You look at Alvarado, he's awful. You look at Banks, he's awful. He's hurt again. They're probably doing a not fake IL stint, but an IL stint just to get him back right and healthy again. A 15-dayer. This bullpen is awful. You look at guys like again, Garrett Stubbs has a better ERA than some of these pitchers on the Philadelphia Phillies. Lazar is awful. Trevino is really bad. He's on the 15-day IL. Meza blew it tonight. Alvarado blew it tonight. The list goes on and on. Sugar stinks. He's back on this team because Banks blows. And Sugar, right now, he's got a 5 ERA. It's a disgrace, but this is where your fifth starter issues are a problem. I wonder, again, like, because of this fifth starter issue, they're not going deep into games, and these relievers have to pitch. But, that includes Noah. He's not going deep into games, and that makes these relievers pitch. So I don't know who to blame tonight.
Yeah. So here's what I think, guys. Steve. Here's who I think stays and goes by the deadline in the bullpen. Alvarado is going to stay. Obviously, I don't see him going. I think Sugar is going to should be DFA'd. I think Banks should be DFA'd. I think Meza will stay. I think Lazard. I think he either might get sent to the minors or be a DFA. I think there's about 3 guys that should not even be on this team in the bullpen. And I think you should replace them with guys that are just a little much better to a little better at the deadline. Sign some, get some arms in the trade. And if you have to, the problem with not a big issue is you can only pick up guys off. You're only going to be able to pick up guys off waivers at the deadline, pretty much. Jesse, that's my thing. Here's the problem with this, Jesse. How are we going to work out a deal with our farm being so terrible with the bullpen guys?
That's the other thing. Because again, man, like we need more than we need 3 things, in my opinion. We need a bench for the hitting. The hitting was awful tonight. That can't be overstated. They got 2 runs, and freaking Derek Hill, who we traded for, was the majority of our offense. You need that. You need a bullpen, and you need a fifth starter. And this farm system is highlighted with a guy that has chronic back issues.
So here's my thing, and I hate to say this. If we have a little blockbuster trade, out of all of our hitters, who would you involve? Would you possibly would we have no choice but to put Bryson Stott's name in the mix?
No.
No.
Nope. Now,
what do you think?
my honesty, I'm not seeing any blockbuster trades. I'm just not. Okay. With Dombrowski at the helm, yeah, no. Look at last year for a second. Okay. There was no blockbuster trades. I'm not seeing it again this year.
By
I'm
the
just
way,
not.
guess what? Guess what, Jesse? Speaking of trades,
What?
I just got some breaking news.
I got the same breaking news.
Yeah, we,
Passing.
we got one of our first, I think, one of our first couple trades of the before the deadline. It's an early one too, 3 weeks before. So honestly, if you want to be quite honest, the Phillies need to make a move the week before the deadline at least. A week before the deadline. It can't wait till almost the deadline. We got to do it sooner. We have to do it maybe within after the All-Star break because I see us making a move early. We have to. We have no choice. I wouldn't wait till the deadline. We can't waste time.
But
And
will they do it? That's my
because
question.
the Pirates and White Sox, if teams poverty franchises like the White Sox and Pirates can make trades, why can't we do it? Why can't we do the same thing? Why can't we do the same thing with before?
Ro, the Pirates made a move in your division. You're a Reds fan. The Pirates made a move. That might that might kill you. I don't know how big the move is going to be, but Friday has a point. This is going to be a buyer's market. If things are going this direction, it's going to be a buyer's market. And what has Dombrowski's biggest move been hitter wise? Obviously, he got Duran, which was amazing, but Brandon Marsh. And Brandon Marsh is having a great year. He's an all-star. He's starting me in the outfield. But I don't trust him to get that impact bat.
I think the Phillies need to find a guy who can bat at both sides of the plate. It's like a switch hitter. A switch hitter. They need a switch hitter. A guy can bat both left and right-handed. And I think I don't know if there's not a lot like there's only some out there anymore, but the Phillies need to find a switch hitter, that can hit, like I said, that can hit both sides of the plate. Steve and Jesse, that's one thing they kind of need, because if you think about it, I don't think we really have a switch hitter on this team, really. No, we have one.
Yeah, we do have one on this team.
Not
Could
JT.
we? I don't know if we could call up Aiden Miller, or is he injured?
No, he's injured. That's the problem. The Phillies. Okay, let me go through the Phillies the Phillies top prospects real fast for you, because I'll tell you what, it's not impressive, and this is a Dombrowski problem. With the Red Sox, with the Marlins, what did he do? He won World Series. But what did that do to the farm system? It absolutely destroyed it. Aiden Miller is your top prospect. He is a shortstop, and he's been out for a while with chronic back issues. The next guy, Francisco Renteria, an outfielder, guess how old he is? He's 17. He's only in rookie ball. He's not going to be up here until I get married, and that ain't happening for a long time. I'll tell you that for free. But that's your best hitter, a rookie, a 17-year-old. His ETA to the big leagues is 2031. 2031. I don't know what you do, because you look at the Braves, right? They're having an awesome season. The Dodgers, they're literally about to cause a logout in 2027. The Phillies need to win a World Series this year, but I don't think they're going to. Steve, it looks like you got something on your mind. Go ahead.
Oh, I do. So, I was listening to MLB Network. He was on WIP. And he particularly said, and actually they asked him about the playoffs, and he said that if the Phillies and the Braves are going to be playing in the playoffs, The Phillies will definitely win. And the Phillies might make it to the NFC Championship. That will be between, listen, this will be between the Phillies and the Dodgers. Think about that one for a second. Who's going to win that? The Phillies or the Dodgers?
The Dodgers
And the NLCS.
By a landslide.
Exactly.
They're kicking our ass. They're kicking our ass. It's not going to be close. Don Mattingly's going to put in Max Lazar in the 6th inning, and we're going to be dead.
Exactly.
It's a joke. It is an organizational failure from top down, and I can't believe I'm saying this on June 10th when you still have
July 10th.
July 10th. I can't believe I'm saying this on July 10th when you have August, September, October. You have 3 months until the playoffs. The Phillies are not going anywhere in the playoffs. They're not going anywhere. Not with this bullpen. Not with the hitting.
And another thing is, okay, so I was live on a different page, okay, and I basically said this. I'm going to say this again, okay. If the Phillies make the playoffs, they'll be in the wild card round, most likely. They're going to lose in the wild card round. There will be no way they're going to make it to the NLDS. No way. With this bullpen, no. No way at all. They will not make it to the NLDS. They will definitely lose in the wild card round. They will.
If this farm system was just a little bit better, I'd have faith that they could make all 3 moves happen. They can't. There's no shot. No shot. Dolis Garcia getting hurt screwed you into oblivion because you have problems in right field. You have Gabriel Rincon is getting the majority of the bats now in right field. A guy with a 190 batting average. 190 is a complete and utter disgrace. But that, I think, is going to end tonight's stream before I blow a gasket. But I want to thank Steve and I want to thank Freddie for staying with me tonight, dealing with my crap. Unfortunately, I think there's a decent chance that tomorrow and Sunday I will not be able to do a post-game show. I will be at, I think. This is subject to change, actually. I may be at the All-Star Village Saturday, and I'm definitely going to be at the MLB Futures game on Sunday. I'm really excited for that.
The Future game starts at 12 o'clock in the afternoon when I'm healing on Sunday.
Exactly, and the Phillies game on Sunday it starts about noon, so it's going to be tight.
The Phillies game starts at 1:40.
140. Yeah, so around there ish. But so it's going to be a little tight. I live farther away than from the stadium than Friday and stuff. I live all the way up. Well, I'm not going to dox myself. I live far away from the stadium. That's all there is to it. So it's a little bit of a hike, a little bit of a logistical thing. So Saturday, Sunday, Sunday more likely I will not be. I'll probably not be able to host the post game show. Saturday TBD, but not entirely likely. But I'll keep you all posted on the socials. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Thanks, Ro, for showing up in the comments. Hopefully your Reds got the win tonight, and I'll tune into your post game show later on. But want to thank TickPick for sponsoring tonight's stream. Again, want to thank Roth and Friday for hopping on. Go follow Roth on the on the Twitters and the Instagrams. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I'm Jess. Thanks for watching. Let's go, Phils.
The Vikings.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's going, and it's gone. It is Bedlam at the bank.
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball. is out of here. The Phillies lead it.
I can't hear you. Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies postgame show, proudly powered by TickPick. Check out the link in the bio for $10 off your first order today.